All right, ladies and gentlemen, stocks collapsed today. They're down about 500 points. And so what? I think they're teeing this up only so that they can basically renege on what the central bank and the Federal Reserve System said they're going to do, which I don't think that they are, which is ever materially raise interest rates because they can't. The only thing they can do is issue debt into infinity, keep printing, create inflation, arguably hyperinflation worldwide, create the largest asset bubbles that we've ever seen, and do what the Fed does best: print money out of thin air and basically create gross wealth disproportion and wealth inequality worldwide, which is exactly what it's been doing literally since its inception after going off the gold standard. So with stocks down 500 points, I believe that's the plan. Again, that way the Fed doesn't have to raise materially interest rates. That way they can renege on what they said they're going to do, like they always do, because they've never materially raised interest rates since 2008-09, and then continue to pump the largest bubble in world history. Whether or not this is stocks, real estate, crypto, or any other asset class that is disproportionately reaching all-time highs. My question for you is, when are Americans and when are people around the world really going to wake up to what's really going on? Also, if you're not building in this environment, biddling, learning new skills, creating those 1000x cash flows, you'll never be Bitcoin rich, ladies and gentlemen. You just never will, because the time is now to build, to be learning. Let me give you an example of this. Notice in major cities that the average rent is like $3,500 in certain places. Yet, if you go up just 2 to 3x that rent to like 10K, you get 20x the value as you would that $3,500 payment, small tin can box apartment. They do that for a reason, because it's where everyone's income is. It keeps you in that box. It keeps you from expanding. It keeps you from growing. And the more and the higher you get with the rents, the higher you get with salaries and people's income, the less people they are. So you see this in real estate as well. Once you get to like 5 million, the doors open on the value and the return on investment that you're actually getting, because everyone can afford that $1 million home, but they can't afford the $5 million phone. So here's the point. If you don't raise your cash flows, you're always going to be smacked down in that box. You're never going to get ahead in this environment with what's happening now. When the price of goods and services, meat, food, groceries, education, travel is all skyrocketing, if you're not learning to create new cash flows outside of your primary day job, you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. In fact, news today, we had yesterday, Walmart introduced their entrance into the metaverse, and now we have Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard, I think for billions of dollars, as they now push through into Meta, which Facebook set the tone for that as well. So we're seeing all these major Fortune 500 companies, whether or not it's the Walton family, which are some of the wealthiest people in the world, or it is Microsoft moving into NFTs and the metaverse and acquiring companies that hold the rights to video games that are popular, like Call of Duty. It's easy to see where this is going, and it's amazing to me how many Americans think they're smarter than Microsoft. They think they're smarter than PayPal. They think they're smarter than Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey, Bill Miller, all these billionaires moving into the space, smarter than Goldman Sachs, Wall Street, the central banks, and the Federal Reserve. Because newsflash, you're not. Never bet against the Fed. Never bet against inflation. Never bet against the debt that they're printing. Never bet against what these people are doing. Because again, this is the plan. Trust that plan. So whether or not it's stocks, crypto, blockchain, or real estate, I'm expecting all the prices of this collectively to go much, much higher. Take a look at oil, for example. Supposedly we're moving off the oil standard, but the price keeps going up conveniently in a very inflationary manner, because that's what they want, and will probably build the argument to eventually get out of it and move to things like zero carbon. Again, if you're not awake to the fact yet that this is a gross disproportionate wealth transfer and reorganization of all the world's assets and resources, you're not that smart. If you haven't awoken to the fact that blockchain, Bitcoin, and crypto is the #1 asset class in the world, with naming rights of the Staples Center and the UFC by companies like Crypto.com, then you're not awake. If you think this stuff is a scam, honestly, you're just not paying attention, and you're going to be left behind. The opportunity of the future is in this space, and the opportunity for you is now to create those cash flows outside of your primary day job. Just because you've never done something before doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. As an entrepreneur, as a part of that life cycle, you got to get comfortable with doing and stepping into the unknown and learning as you go. Because many of the things we do as entrepreneurs have never been done before. You need to build confidence. You need to elevate. You need to level your game and your mindset up to the 1000x freaking level, ladies and gentlemen. Because the truth is, everyone else is thinking small. No one's here. They're all down here in those $3,500 a month or $1,000 a month or $1,500 a month rent payments. They all have the same job. They all have the same average income levels, and you're all competing with each other. You need to step outside of that box that society has built for you to control not just your mind, but your finances and your life. I see far too many people that I know living really conservatively as if the day tomorrow is guaranteed when it's not. If we've learned anything over the last couple of years, is that there is no guarantee of the future. Look at all the retirees that saved up their nest eggs only to find out that they couldn't travel over the last 3 years. What a waste. If you're betting on the future, some future event, some future better life, that somehow you're going to live your dream someday, I'm here to wake you up. You're not. If you're not living your life right now, if you're not living your dream today, whatever that may be, then you're not going to live your dream. Because it starts with massive, intentional mindset juice action towards the future to level yourself up. Again, for those 1000x gains. It's a mindset shift. If you're depressed, if you're anxious, you don't know what to do next, you lost your job, your girlfriend dumped you, your dog ate your homework, you should learn something new today. You also need to get your body right, ladies and gentlemen. You got to get strong, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you got to get the pump on. You know what I mean? And I'm serious about this. You men out there, your testosterone levels are too low. You need to raise that T, baby, naturally. That's what I promote. You need to get that up. Your biological hormonal levels are extremely important in your mood, and this translates in the actions that you take in your business, relationships, growing your income, and other life goals that you might have. The future is going to be really rough, guys, but things are opening up, and this is what a lot of you probably don't see. People didn't believe me when I told you 3 years ago that, well, expect to stay put, if you know what I mean, for a couple years, and expect everything that just happened to happen. And now I'm telling you, they're going to move on because the mission was accomplished. Now is the time to pivot in your life. And again, create and level up those cash flows so that you have the tools and the energy to pursue the life goals and dreams that you want. Whether or not it's driving a freaking Lambo down the street, which is a lot of fun, it's definitely not the meaning to life. Or maybe it's just putting your kids through college, or taking care of a loved one or a grandparent, or paying off your parents' mortgage. Or maybe it's just being your best self. Because again, your time is running out. Stop pretending that your life is a video game. Like you can just press the reset button like Super Mario Brothers when you can't. You've got one life to live. And I encourage all of you to level up to the next level. The 1000x mindset. More information at school. I love you guys. Stay bold. Stop complaining. I explained to you a lot what my motivation is in life. One of them is my brother who's been fighting and dominating bone cancer over the last 3 years. And his mindset, his spirit, his faith gives me the energy, gives me courage. And so you need to be courageous. In fact, we learn in the Bible and from the Christian perspective that God wants us to have faith. He doesn't want you to be a coward. He doesn't want you to be living in fear. We should fear no man. We should only fear him. So get out there, guys, ladies and gentlemen, kick some freaking ass. And if you want to level up, join us at school. Give me a chance to show you what I can do, how I can mentor you, how I can coach you, how I can teach you about blockchain, the fundamentals, and a lot more. Heck, who knows? Maybe you'll start making more money than you ever have in your entire life. Maybe you'll be driving the Lambo next. Maybe you'll be leveling up and elevating. Maybe you'll come out with your own crypto or blockchain tech. Just like Mark Cuban and all the billionaires are focusing all their money, all their time, and all their investments in the metaverse, blockchain, crypto, Bitcoin, and more importantly, the companies taking advantage of this new breakthrough paradigm shift in technology. Ladies and gentlemen, this is bigger than the internet, and most people still don't realize it yet. Get in now. Don't hesitate. Level up your life 1,000 freaking X, baby! I'm Christopher Greene, hard hitting and in your face.